Yeah, right. So I mean that'll be a huge stretch coming up for them. And then I want to talk about how do you feel about Kentucky? Because I know going
I am
into the
high
year
on
we
Kentucky.
definitely had really conflicting opinions on how Kentucky was going to do this year. I'm definitely feeling good about my take
I
that I had in our preseason preview, but
They've convinced me.
yeah,
I'll be completely honest with you. Um, I mean, I will say obviously they are still riding off of this Duke win, and we'll see how they do against Clemson. But wow, this team has not had anything to really show concerning. Like they've
right.
had multiple 100-point win games against obviously yes, non-power 5, but that's still solid growth for a team that is entirely based on newcomers. And I mean, yeah, they also play Gonzaga and Louisville later on this month, so we'll have to see how that goes. But
Yeah.
this team, this team is four for a reason, and I don't doubt the opportunities that Mark Pope has to make this a 1 seed team.
Yeah, I mean, this team, they look really good. And like you mentioned, they have a big stretch of games coming up for them that's really going to tell us what kind of team they are. I don't know that I believe they are a legitimate top five team in the nation. I really, really do like what they have in terms of the veterans they have on that team. Of course, the team's pretty much completely transfers. But I just, what concerns me the most about Kentucky is how they don't have a true point guard in my eyes. Jackson Robinson, that is not his game. He's more of a scorer. That's what he did at BYU, coming off the bench for them, I believe. And, he's a scorer. He's instant offense for your team. Lamont Butler, I really, really do like Lamont Butler. Of course, the great run he had at San Diego State, and he's one of the toughest physical defenders in the country. And he's turned himself to a really solid offensive player. His games in that realm has improved greatly over his playing time in college. And but I just don't know if he's able to really fill the duties of playing a point guard as much. And then, I mean, if I'm being fully honest, I haven't been able to closely watch the Kentucky games as much as I would have liked to. But just in the little bit that I have seen, I think they need to do more to get run sets to get Kobe Bryant open and get him the
Oh yeah,
ball.
Kobe Bray is like a cheat code. He's
Kobe Bryant,
insane.
I wasn't fully sure if Kobe Bryant was going to be able to translate that level of shooting he did at Dayton to the high major level. But I mean, he legit looks like one of the best shooters we're going to see um, come out of college in possibly the last decade. I mean, he's putting himself up there with like the likes of like Jordan Hawkins and some of the other snipers we've seen
Yeah,
play. And
he's
I
he's
think
having
he
he's
he
having like
has
a
a chance. He has a chance to be a legit NBA prospect. I mean, the dude's 6'7", shoots the lights out, and I mean, he has great size. I definitely think he's going to end up being um, potentially top 40, 45 pick in this year's
yeah,
draft.
he's like not only is he draftable, he's like a not like a model, but on almost like because I don't necessarily want to compare him to Steph Curry with his shooting levels, but the at the rates he's been going at, it's very Curry-esque
Yeah,
from his time at Davidson, and it definitely compares in my way. And to
yeah,
actually harp on your point, I think Oteka Owa fits a great point for point guard. I get it that he hasn't really filled that position, but given the time and effort that they'll have over these next few like weeks in particular, I think he fits in that role so well. And
yeah.
he's definitely proven to me, in particular, that this team has a lot of opportunities and they're a lot more connected for a bunch of transfers than you think.
They definitely have a lot of chemistry going. Which I mean, I don't think anyone expected that. Even I was high on Kentucky going into the season. I didn't think they would play as well together as they have, and that just they look like the connectivity they have is great. Um, and I mean, I think they could be legit threat in March. Again, I'm not positive that I believe they're a top five team in the country, but I mean, they look good right now. So
You know what's making me believe they're a top five team? Pitt. Pitt